Peace, everyone. This is Kashim with Fortified Fitness and Strength. This is week 2 of my 52-week vlog, looking ahead to my first time at USAPL Raw Nationals as a Masters 1 lifter. God willing, that'll be October of 2019. So this is week 2 of 52 as we look ahead to what we might be able to do a little less than a year from now. Let me thank you at the outset for watching this video. And if you're watching this after having watched week 1 already, thank you very much for coming back. One thing you'll notice that is similar from week 2 to 1 is that I only train twice per week. That's still my general template. In the week 3 video, you will see something different there. Just born out of necessity, I had to train actually 3 or 4 times in week 3. But still twice a week, that's my basic template for training right now. So while training twice a week, I actually have a 4-day cycle that I'm going through. So basically week 1, you saw what day 1 and day 2 of the cycle would look like. And in this week, you're seeing something of what day 3 and day 4 would look like. This day 3 session that we're looking at right now has me doing heavy squat doubles, followed up with a back offset. This was preceded on this day by some, volume benching. I would have done the benching after the squats, but if the rack is in use when I get in the gym, then I'll just go ahead and bench and get that out of the way. It probably allows me to be fresher for the bench. Some of you have probably noticed this in your own training as well. The squat has a much greater effect on my bench press than my bench press has an effect on my squat. Either way, my biggest concern is really just to get the work done. Whatever I have in mind for a given session, just do as much of it as I can. Try my best to get it all done within that one session. The only time that sequence is really mandated is at the meet. And there is some benefit to trying to train the lifts in the sequence that you will see them at the meet. But part of my overall philosophy and approach to training, especially the older I've gotten, I'm 42 years old now, by the way, if you had not caught that in the bio or at some previous point. Just because of the way life tends to work, flexibility has to be built into any kind of training program. I know a lot of people in the strength sports and powerlifting can be really dogmatic about how lifts are done in terms of the sequencing of lifts within a training session. And a lot of that comes out of some very sound reasoning on why things are done a certain way. That's all well and good. I just can't afford to waste time in the gym, like waiting on a bench or rack or something like that if I don't have to. Like many of you, especially those in my age group, we got families, we have soccer, dance, sports schedules with our children and people you have to pick up and all that kind of stuff. Just doesn't work. So now here, what you're seeing is one of my pet peeves and probably one of yours if you've been lifting for any length of time. This is my heaviest bench on this particular day, and I know 285 is not exceptionally heavy for a 215 or 13 pound guy, but the first time this guy here spotted me, gave him a tutorial before the set, telling him not to touch anything unless something catastrophically bad happened, and lo and behold, even after saying, yeah, I understand, I know what you mean, still ends up putting his hand on the bar when the second rep slowed down. And even as I'm telling him during the set, no, take it off, I got it, something along those lines. And hey, what can you do? I asked him to spot me, so there we go. I appreciate the help anyway. So because of time, honestly, I don't even remember exactly why I could not get the squats done on this day, but I did plan on doing 3 sets of 5 in the squat. This is also supposed to be like my volume squat day. That got done the next day on Monday. So you'll see that. Hopefully you'll come back for week 3, and that will be the beginning of week 3. It's kind of this day continued, but it does fall into another training week. So I ended up doing just more upper body stuff than I probably would have done if I was going to squat also. Like the 5 sets of pull-ups, and I'm not showing them all here, but 5 sets of pull-ups and all of these back off sets on the bench, I probably would have cut them down by a set or 2 if I was going to end up squatting on this day as well. But there's a silver lining to all of this. I think I discovered a very useful assistance exercise for the bench press, the lying tricep extension, which I hadn't tried doing in years. I ran into a video on YouTube by Mark Ripito. He put it up a few years ago. I'm just now seeing it, where he was talking about how to do the proper way to do the lying tricep extension and doing it for strength. I don't think the rep range you'll see me doing here or the poundage would lead to that, but I tried a few sets at the end of my training session here. This was, I think, my next to last set, and this is, I guess, 70 pounds. I guess the bar is 20 pounds here. And Mr. Ripito instructed that you do this movement with this double motion, one at the shoulder and then also at the elbow, like throwing the bar up at the ceiling. But I instantly like these and plan on putting them into the regular rotation going forward. But look, thank you all for sticking around, for watching this whole video. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel so you can keep up with what we're doing on the way to Raw Nationals next year. I'm entered in a meet in the southern part of Maryland on January 13th, so hopefully I'll be hitting the qualifying total for Raw Nationals that day. Anyway, until next week's video, do everything you can to get stronger, become wiser, and live better. Thanks for watching. I'll see you then.